I've prepared a little Pro Tools session here. I've programmed some drums, I recorded some bass, and I recorded some DI tracks. I have 6 different guitars recorded the same riff. It's a combination of open chords and a little bit of picking on the second half. It's 6 different guitars with different pickup combinations, and I recorded all of them as DI tracks, so I can output them through my aux channels here. And on these aux channels, I have an amp plugin loaded with different style amps. I have one that's doing the kind of a Marshall thing. The next one is doing the orange thing. Then I have one set up as a Vox type, and the last one is a Fender type amp. But we're gonna listen to that. So first off, I've recorded with my first guitar, my Ibanez AZ, that has an alder body, a maple top, and active Fishman Fluence pickups in it. I doubled it both with a bridge pickup, sent it to my Marshall simulation, left and right, which is basically the same amp, same microphone and speaker setup. It's then going to a little room setup here of the Abbey Road chambers by Waves, just to have a little room so it's not bone dry. Okay, this is along with bass and drums. Let's listen to it one time. Okay, that's it. So I'll mute the rhythm section for now, so we just can listen to some of the isolated guitar tracks. Let's go through this one first. I'll go to the left track and I'll put the left tracks in the center so we can listen to the different amps, how one guitar sounds through 4 different amp simulations. The first one is the Marshall, that's just the guitar alone now without the backing track. Okay, let's take the next amp, that's an orange type amp. Okay, that's this. Then let's go to the Vox. Now let's hear the Fender. And this one has a totally different character. So the thing is, if I have one guitar and I do want to overdub it and pan it hard left right, I can get along with the same sounds. That's fine, but guitars might not always be hard panned left and right. They might be like half panned to the left and half panned to the right. So once you pull them in from the outsides, you might get phase issues if both of these guitars are overdubbed good and the sounds are actually the same. So what I would try to avoid is using the same sounds on the left and right. If I have just one guitar, I might just go, let's take the Marshall for this. The bridge pickup on one side and maybe the neck pickup on the other side. So I now have the neck pickup and the bridge pickup. One's left, one's right. Both going through the same basic amp setup. Sounds like this. So that's this. If I have the possibility, I could also change the amp on the second track and maybe take the Fender. That was the most, oops, let's take the right one for the right side. That was the most sonic different amp from the Marshall. And now we have one bridge pickup going through one amp, neck pickup going through another amp, left and right panned. Sounds like this. Okay, I need to turn down this a bit so it doesn't clip my output. Just copy it over to the second track. So these are identical. Yes, that's it. Okay. The next thing I would do is not taking the same guitar, but taking different guitars. This is like my AZ on the one side and my Telly, my trusty Telly going through the orange on the other side. Let's take the right side. And listen what that sounds like. This is like the bridge pickup of the AZ and the bridge pickup of my Nash Telly. Sounds good. So let's just change out the Ibanez and go for the... This is one of my favorite combinations. It's the Les Paul bridge pickup and the bridge pickup of a Telly pan left and right. Now the orange with the Telly and the Vox amp with the Les Paul. Wait, this is also just, it's still been panned to the center. Let's fix this. So now we have it stereo. Now let's go for maybe the middle position on the Les Paul through the Vox. Now let's go for two humbucker guitars. I'll take this one, the Les Paul on the bridge pickup through the Vox. Put this one off. This one also. I'll put and take the AM200, which is the kind of an ES style guitar, and I'll put this through the Fender on the right side. So let's listen to this. Les Paul and the AS combined. So again, sounds different. And this is something I love to do in the studio, just toy around with that if I have the time when I'm recording for my own. Let's try this one. Let's try the Marshall on the right side with the middle pickup, or the middle position of the AM200. Now let's listen to this with drums and bass. Sounds good to me. So let's not use the Les Paul on the left side, but let's use the Ibanez Artist, the AR620. This one, remember, had the ceramic pickups, and this one sounds like this. Let's go for the Marshall. We have Marshall again, left and right. Two totally different guitars. One bridge pickup, one in the middle position. Switch out this one again and go for the Talman, which is slightly more modern than my Nash Telly. And let's go to the middle pickup and do the Vox thing. Am I right? No, I need to take the right side. Here we go. When you see the waveforms of the guitars, you see that the neck pickup of the Talman has or the middle position and the neck pickup, they have way less output than the ceramic pickups of the AR620, for example. So they drive the amps differently. Most of the times I'm choosing guitars and amp sounds just because I want the reaction of the guitar and I want the sound of the guitar through the amp, and not try to make everything sound the same. So like compensate the gain stages and stuff, because when I put a lower output guitar into an amp, it drives the amp less than a guitar with higher output like this one. So the amp sounds radically different. I'll just show you this. Let's just redo this. I'll just put the amps into the center again, the left amps, so I could show you how two really, really different guitars sound through the amp. Let's take this one. Oops. Let's take the Talman and put it through the Vox, which is the lowest gain amp of all. It's almost clean. So let's switch this to no output and go to this guitar. This obviously has the most output of all my guitars. So let's listen how this sounds with the Vox. So this is just my approach to using sounds, just like combining different guitars and different amps, and mainly trying to really get very different sounds from the left and right side, so that when you're penning them near the middle, you don't get phase issues or all that kind of weird stuff that happens when you use the same side, the same sound on the left and right side, and kind of pen them more to the center. That can make problems. So this is how I avoid that. It's just like trying to get at least two different guitars or two different pickups or two different amps. If you have like just one amp and you're working with speaker simulation or impulse responses, try two different speakers for the left and right side, which also makes a huge difference. But this is just something you could try out for your own when you're recording. This is just a basic principle that can be applied to anything. That can be applied to metal guitars. This can be applied to rock guitars. This can be applied to pop and stuff. I like every style. As soon as you overdub this, this comes into place where you can toy around with different guitars, different amps, or different mic positions, different cabinets, different amp simulations. With amp simulations, the thing is it's done really fast, because you could set up like this or put the amp plugin right on the track and switch between them just to see which sounds you want to combine. I hope this was helpful, and feel free to follow me and subscribe on my YouTube, or follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I would appreciate that. The links will all be in the description below. Thanks for watching.